Yeah, I forgot what it was called, but it's when they like slide the ship off of whatever they're building it on into the water for the very first time.
Yeah, well, there's different ways of doing it.
But yeah, I was watching it when like those fell.
Why
and, like,
are they adding Splinter to Call of Duty?
Master Splitter? Oh, shit, yeah.
Shredder, you know, from Ninja Turtles.
Dominic, Leah's boyfriend, was talking about that, yeah.
It must be a G.I. Joe thing, or Ninja Turtle thing.
They might be coming out with a new Ninja Turtle movie.
It's usually what it means, you know, just like Rockstar does certain things, you know. Yeah, I don't know, it's just another gimmick. Something else, you have to kill 30 people with a left eye shot and come out right here. Some something stupid.
Nah, it won't be it'll be like bought. Yeah, you'd have to buy it though. Ship launches.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, and there's different ways of doing it too. It depends on the shipyard. Or someone dry docks. And all depends on the shipyard.
Man, so I was seeing this one thing. It was talking about it wasn't talking about the Titanic, but the Titanic when it was because the Titanic sank basically when it was released, like its very first voyage. It hit the. So like
you know why it sunk?
Well, because it hit the ice. Oh, they didn't do the rivets right or something like that.
No, the storage tanks that were supposed to fill in water at. They weren't sealed.
Yeah, because the rivets. They didn't do the rivet. I thought it was the rivet.
No, that's not part of it too.
So they just filled up and then overflowed.
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking.
That's stupid. Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah. But it makes absolutely no sense. Because the pumps couldn't keep up.
Yeah, but when the Titanic launched, it was the biggest ship on Earth. Like there was no ship bigger. Yeah, at that time. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They showed like the biggest ship now, with like a scale model. Yeah, well that's what the Titanic was a cruise ship. Yeah, and they had like the scale model. Yeah, they had the scale model of the Titanic next to it. It said the biggest ship in 1912 and the biggest ship. It was like 2012, right? It was like 100 years after. It was like the biggest ship in 2012, bro. It was literally like 30 Titanics. It was literally like 30 fucking Titanics, bro.
I don't know if you ever watched it, but it was going back to the rivets. They had the same issue with the tanks, the first tanks in the World War I and II.
Yeah, the rivet issue was because like it was a time thing. Yeah, they had to do like 3 million rivets or some shit like that, and this was like before like power tools. So it took like 5 strong men to drive one rivet in, and it took them like 40 seconds. Well, the amount of rivets they had to do, they literally had to get a rivet in every 5 seconds. So they literally normally it'd be like 4 people, but they literally had like 6 people driving in each rivet, just so like it would be driven in with like 2 hits instead of 7 or whatever.
Yeah, that's why a lot of the skyscrapers were built back in the day too, by rivets.
Dude, yeah. Nowadays, but you really can't have a time thing on that. You got to just do it how you're able to. Yeah, but I mean, no, you give somebody a time, like shit can be imperfected. They should just have something they're trying to build, and when it's built, it's built.
That's just the way they did stuff back then too.
Yeah,
dude. Technology got better. But yeah, because they dish. A lot of the rivets got shared off.
Yeah, but the river problem was that. Yeah, like yours is probably why it fucking sank. But the rivet problem, it ripped more than it needed to rip. So like the iceberg hit it for 40 feet, but the gas was 100 feet. You get what I'm saying? Like after it opened, it kept opening because the rivets weren't what they should have been.
Yeah, they said if the water tanks were sealed the way they're, should have been, whatever. I don't remember. You'd have to watch the version of the Titanic.
A fifth of the world's wealthy population was on that ship. That's so crazy. And there's so many rich people.
They only had half life jackets or something like that.
Yeah. They only had. Like there's like 2,000 people, but the lifeboats can only carry like 1,000. Yeah, like 1,500. Yeah, it's like 3,000 people, but yeah, and the boats can only carry 1,500.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah, and you already know if if 5% of the world's wealthy, you know, population is on that ship, bro, they're the ones getting off. It doesn't even matter if you're a woman. Like, if you're a broke woman, a rich man is gonna go before a broke woman. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, back in that time, for sure, 100%.
Yeah,
people cared about the wealthy. People cared.
When that person didn't have no skills. Not to be mean, but
yeah,
it was.
It's just so crazy to me that, and I guarantee you, if media was a thing like it is now, that ship wouldn't have got launched because they wouldn't want to risk it. You know what I mean?
Just too many laws.
They wouldn't want to, but yeah, they were able to kind of like that's world news for how media was then. Imagine how that would be if media was like it is now.
Because I remember when they were talking about it on the news, about finding the Titanic.
Yeah, because that was like, that was like the early, it was like the mid-80s, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, 85, 86, maybe 87. Somewhere around there.
Yeah, I guess so, because it was under the ocean for like 60-something years, or 70, 80 years, 70s. Something like that, yeah.
Probably 70 or 60 years.
Because it sunk in at 12. I forgot, you would have been a child though, man.
I was a kid.
Yeah.
I still remember, I can't remember the details, but I remember, you know.
See, my parents are old. They remember that shit like the back of their hand. Like, my mom and dad remember when Kennedy was killed.
Oh, yeah, I was not born that time.
Yeah, you weren't born. No. But, yeah, like, my mom, she remembers that. My dad was in, like, my aunt, she's a little bit older. She was in, like, middle school or going, like, freshman high school, something like that. I think my dad was, like, 6th grade, something like that. My mom was in elementary. But yeah, they remember shit like that, and it blows my mind. I'm like, damn, y'all are old, man.
Yes, it happens. Every day you get a little older.
Yeah, I know. I remember 9/11, and I have friends who weren't alive when that happened. I'm like, that's just crazy to me, dude.
You know, it was like 23 years ago already.
Yeah, I know. 2001, bro. Yeah, I know. I remember where I was. Like, I was a child. I was going to daycare. Yeah, like, I was in the car, like, I was in the back seat, and we were turning into our daycare because we went to a daycare at my mom's work. My mom and dad, they worked at a Texas School for the Blind. It's a state school. But yeah, they both worked there, and they had a daycare there. And I remember because we heard it on the radio in the car. And I remember when I heard it, there's a children's museum. It's like a little playscape, but like, it's like a playground for children, but it teaches you shit. So, like, you roll a ball down a hill, like a little ramp, and it kind of, like, shows you gravity or, you know, shit like that. And my mom would take us there all the time, and I remember when I heard that on there, I thought it was that building. I don't know, being a kid, you just compare it. I was like, oh, my building got hit by a plane?
I remember back in high
school. New York.
I remember back in high school, we had a bomb threat. A lot of some of the girls were crying.
Man, when I was in freshman, it was 2012. It was supposed to be the end of the world. Everybody was freaking out. We ended up having, not a bomb threat, but people said somebody was going to shoot up the school because it's the end of the world. You know, like go out with a bang type shit, I guess. I don't fucking know.
People are stupid.
Yeah, some dumb shit. I just remember we still had to go to school. It was the day the world's supposed to end. It was like right before Christmas break or some shit. Like the Mayan calendar ended that day. And like, I remember walking to school, we weren't allowed to bring backpacks, and everybody got like searched metal detectors and shit.
Yeah, I didn't have that problem when I was a kid. Been in schools like that when I was a kid.
Yeah, but see, I went to alternative schools a lot. Like, I would purposely go there because of the structure and shit. And every day when you get there, you get wanded and shit. Like, make sure you don't have nothing. Understand. But, like, so I was very used to that shit. But a lot of people are like, what the hell, you're violating my privacy. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Get wanded. Like, nobody gives a shit. Oh, my God. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
Maybe you should take the piercing off before you went to school.
Yeah, dude. I literally got a ring because of that. Like, those alternative schools, you weren't allowed to bring jewelry and everything. That's why you got wanded.
Thing, if you did get bored, look up different schools around the world.
Like the rules and shit.
But like Japan, you're not supposed to date people in school.
Oh man! But
you can't have different haircuts.
So like I was going to this alternative school, and I was when I was in the big high school, I went around in a wheelchair because there's a lot of walking and shit. And I couldn't do all that. But in alternative school, I didn't need to use my wheelchair because I walk like 30 feet and I'm in the classroom all day. I don't do nothing. You know what I mean? So I had just had my surgery, like, you know, that break, the summer, whatever. It's probably like 3 months after my surgery. And I go to the alternative school, and so I rode the short bus because I couldn't, like, walk to no bus stop or nothing. The short bus would pick me up in front of my house. And they had the wheelchair ramp and shit for me to ride if I needed to use my wheelchair, but for the most part I didn't. But I'd get to school, like school would start at like 8, I wouldn't get there till like 9:30, you know, like an hour after. And then also, that alternative school, we got out with elementary, so we get out at like 3:30, 4 o'clock, right? And I would get out at like 2 o'clock because the short bus had to pick me up. And then we'd have to go to the high school for them to get their middle schoolers and elementary kids, right? But so when I was at the alternative school, I would show up an hour and a half late, and I would get to leave an hour and a half before everyone else who went to school. And that was another reason why I purposely would go there. It was just less school. So, one day I show up there and shit, and I get there, you know, an hour late, and my name's Brighton, and there was another kid that went there in my grade. His name was Brian, and he was like a swag fag, you know. He wore all the cool clothes and, you know, got the cool hairstyles and shit. And he showed up to this alternative school with jewelry. You fucking can't have jewelry there. So I get there early. I don't know nothing about it. Whole day goes by. I'm sitting outside having one of my little breaks because my bus is going to be showing up to pick me up, right? So I'm out and having, because I'm a special ed student, so literally they have these little huts for me to take breaks whenever I'm getting frustrated. And I'm sitting there, I'm just chilling by myself, and this TA, you know, teacher, whatever, she's not a teacher, but she helps run the shit of the alternative school. She comes out and she sees me. She's like, "Oh, Brighton, you're about to leave?" Because everybody knew I was the only disabled student there that got picked up on a short bus. She's like, "Oh, you're leaving?" I was like, "Yeah, my bus should be pulling up. I don't know exactly when," because I wouldn't tell nobody. As soon as it pulled up, I'd walk out. They had like a Ring doorbell before Ring doorbells were a thing, and they would just see me leaving. And she's like, "I got your ring. Don't leave." And what? Okay. I didn't know what the fuck she's talking about. I don't have jewelry. Well, she comes out and she hands me this gold fucking ring that had like 8 diamonds in it, right? And on the inside it said 18K. So I'm like, oh, it's 18 karat gold ring. Yeah, you know, that's how I took it. I'm like, oh, whatever. So she hands it to me. My bus pulls up. I leave. I don't know nothing about it. Whatever. Cool. The next day, this dude, Brian, he hits me up on Facebook. He's like, "Bitch, I know you got my ring. You better bring that shit tomorrow." I was like, "I don't know what the hell you talking about, bro." I show it tomorrow. She's like, "Brighton, where's that ring?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" Well, like, they got no proof. Where I was, there's no, you're not going to see her handing me a ring on none of the cameras. They're not that good. You know what I mean? It's not no CIA camera. You gotta say, like, so I'm good. Like, she made a mistake and there's no proof that I have it. You know what I mean?
Did you pawn it off?
I lost it in my backyard. That same day, man, I was with this dude that used to live here by me, and, yeah, whatchamacallit, we were smoking back, and I was showing it to him. I don't know. I checked him. He emptied his pockets, so he didn't have it, but he could have been hiding it somewhere. I think I lost it somewhere in my backyard.
You want me to go borrow a melody detector?
Man, that was so... I would be so down, but if so... I mean, yeah, it would be under the ground. That was literally, like, almost a decade ago, probably.
10 years?
Yeah, I was a freshman, sophomore, something. I graduated in 16. So, yeah, it was at least, like, 7, 8 years ago, something like that.
Still be there. Someone else.
Oh yeah, because like it's not gonna blow away in the wind, and it would be somewhere there if it is there. But yeah, and I was looking for, but again, you know, you're looking for a ring and some grass, and I don't have the cleanest of backyards, so I might do that one if I ever find a metal detector. I know right where to go with it. But yeah, I always thought of that. There's nothing they could fucking. He's a little bitch. He want to fight, but he's never gonna fight. You a pussy. You should fuck up, faggot. You lost your ring, bitch. You should have known.
Those are fun. Those are fun to play with. Metal detectors.
Metal detectors, fuck yeah. I just read that little story, man.
You just gotta, when you use one, you just gotta make sure you ask permission.
Oh, where you're metal detecting at? Why? Is that what you mean?
Holy shit, that was huge. I was taking a healthy earlier this morning, and I was on Facebook, whatever, social media, and I was watching this car chase from a helicopter. The guy swooped in the back and then, slipped out, and he hit a freaking tree, man. Almost completely took a back off the SUV. And they almost cut the thing in half. Yeah, because he just, it's an SUV. He designed to make turns like that at high speeds, He's probably doing 60, 80 miles an hour. And he just, he made that one, turned the wheel a little too much. This thing slipped to the left and slid into a tree and almost tore the car in half.
He's lucky to be alive.
Is he alive?
Oh, okay.
I don't know. The officer,
is he alive?
I don't know, but I sent it to you now. I was going on, and I think my phone was being stupid. I couldn't, I was like, all right, whatever. Not that big a deal.
Well, yeah, I got this new medicine for my ears. It's like, and
is that any better?
Yeah, it's like itching and shit now because it was a buildup of fluid. But no, because my ears are clean. I keep my shit clean. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And he was telling me, he's like, well, that's good. I was afraid he was afraid I had like a big ass clump of wax that he had to fish out or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he's all like, you have a fluid buildup behind your eardrum, because he shined a light and he said, when I shine this light, I shouldn't see anything. It should just be a light. And he said, I'm getting reflection back, which means you have fluid built up. And I was like, oh shit, how does that fucking happen? And he said, you have a fucking tendon or whatever in your fucking neck, and it's that fluid. And he said that I have allergies. Like, he showed me all these pollens and shit, and he said that they all back up to each other. So between this whole like 6 months of the year or some shit like that, you can have allergies or whatever. And he said that my neck basically swelled up, and that tendon, it's not artery, it's a tendon that got blocked off, and that's how the buildup occurred. And he said, he was asking me if it's drained. He said if it drains, it'll be like a clear jelly slime type. I was like, nah, it hasn't been leaking. I haven't had that.
Just like you go swimming, you get water in your ears. You turn your ear just right, you can actually drain your ear.
Yeah. That's why he's asking if it's been drained. I was like, nah. But last night I've been like sweats and shit, so I wouldn't really know. But this morning, yesterday, it was itching. It just itched. Like, my ears were dirty, but they weren't. So I bet it released or starting to heal. I needed to take some more, but I haven't. I'll probably take some in a little bit. I ain't too worried. I'm not in a rush for it. I forgot what I landed there to do. I'll launch the kinetic ore. Why the hell?
I love watching certain things, and technology back in the day is still around. Like the 50 cal machine gun that's been around since the late 30s ish. I don't remember exactly what 30s. Boom.
Watch!
The fuck? so cool.
Fucking dumbass kids. Fucking retarded ass children. Have no goddamn common sense, and they're fucking old enough to, because these goddamn parents didn't fucking teach these fucking kids common sense. So fucking ridiculous. I swear to God, that's why God don't give me a child, because that fucker would have gotten beaten to goddamn sense if it was my child. They do shit. They open up the fucking garage door so they could see if the car pulled up. Kind of fucking shit is that? You walk your fucking ass to the front door and look out the goddamn window. Better yet, you don't give a fuck if the car pulled up. God, dude, I'd be beating the shit out of them if they're my fucking kids. Because I guarantee you this shit wouldn't happen again. But it's going to, because no one raises them fucking right. So goddamn annoying that in this day and age, fuckers think spanking a child's ass is wrong.
Right.
So, you got me fucked up.
I got my ass whooped plenty of times as a kid.
I think whooping ass should be acceptable for any age. There isn't too old to get your ass whooped. There isn't. There's what did you do? Do you deserve to get your ass whooped? You're gonna open up the fucking full-ass garage door because you think a car pulled up. You're fucking 13 goddamn years old. You don't got no business worrying about if a car pulled up or not. Let that fucking dog get out and shit, and I have to chase the fucker around. Because Bree and them want to both be fucking gone doing dumb shit. Well, we're at work. Why aren't you at work every single fucking day of the week then? You just pick and choose when you want to go? You're a little low on money, let me work. Oh, fuck out of here, bro. Fuck, it's just so annoying. They sit there. Smokey kind of works like a normal person. My sister Bree, he's working. We don't need to work. Oh, we're low on money. Let me go work a few days. She's like on call and shit. It's so annoying. She sits here and tells my mom that she's not gonna pay for bills she doesn't need to pay. She don't even pay fucking rent. Then she wants to say, oh, well, I'm family. I shouldn't have to pay to live here. I'm like, yeah, but Justin isn't. So that fucker needs to pay to be here. Bottom line, there's no questions about that.
Yes,
like, but that's what I'm saying. The shit ain't the same for her as it is for me because I don't have my girlfriend living here. You get what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
Like, nah, it's like, my mom can accept me, but she ain't got to accept Justin. And I can't tell her anything about, like it's right, shit. I don't accept Justin. That fucker better watch what he says to me in this house. Like, I'm not going to accept him. I'm not going to... Oh, well... Like, I can be mad at him, but he ain't got the right to be mad at me. Not in this house. You get what I'm trying to say? That's just how hell, that's how they treated me in his house, so that's how I'm treating them now. Because when I did stay with them for a little bit, bro, I couldn't do a fucking thing. I raised my voice once, and I got put in my place about that.
Especially that small layout.
Yeah.
That's too small of a layout for 3 or 4 people.
Yeah, and they got but that's what I'm saying, they got a whole fucking garage that is just for them. And they're not paying no rent. They eat our food, but we're not allowed to eat their food. They don't buy food for the house, and they don't pay rent. They don't pay utilities. They just pay them gas to take them to work. That's it.
Told you it was gonna turn out well.
Yeah, bro. Once I found out all this shit, bro, I stopped standing up for it the way I do. I just tell them to stop fucking yelling at you. Before, I'd be like, hey, Mom, don't treat her like this. But I didn't realize how much shit she was getting away with, bro.
That's what I said, man. You really need to try to, you know, find yourself a place. Some type of a program. Get out as soon as possible. It's going to be
I make $800 a month. Rent is $1,400 a month.
I know.
So I couldn't even eat. Like, I can't pay rent or eat.
that's on the low end. That's cheap.
I know. That's like for a fucking 2-bedroom apartment.
You know, also too. Well, it depends on the, you know.
Is Aaliyah here? I swear I seen her join. Hello?
I'm just listening to the tea.
Stalking us.
To the tea?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean by that? The talk? The tea?
Yeah, like the
Who said it like
shit
that?
Going on.
Keeping all fancy over there.
This is dumb shit, bro. I did not realize that. Like, when I went to the doctor the other day, my mom was telling me all this. She's like, yeah, Bree's been here since October. Hasn't paid $1 of rent. Hasn't paid $1 in utilities. And Bree keeps sitting, she's like, hey, I've tried to sit down there and discuss with Mom what I need to pay. I'm like, there's no discussion. Mom tells you what you need to pay. You pay it. If you don't want to, like I told her that shit. That's what I told her. Like I asked my mom, I was like, what she need to pay? And she's like $600 a month. And that's reasonable. For 2 people to get a full garage, they can do what they want damn near. Really, nobody tells them not to do anything. For $600, that's fucking great. You can't find an apartment for half that, or for like that's half of anything you're gonna find.
Shit, I'd take 600.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Flat, no utilities. It's just like, so if she don't pay that shit coming up, I'm gonna have problems. And that's how I told her. Like, my mom tells her shit and she'll sit there and debate it. If I tell my sister shit, she ain't gonna argue with me because she knows it ain't gonna go nowhere. She ain't got no point arguing with me because it ain't gonna matter. And that's what I told her. I straight up told her. I texted her this shit. I said, $600, and I know she's going to get her check too. I said, on the first of the month, $600. No debate, no questions. You don't like it, I'll be the first one to point you to the closest door. That's how I told her. I was like, you don't want to pay that money, you get the fuck out. That's how it's going to be. And oh, you're my brother. Yeah, but I ain't Justin's brother. So and I know she ain't going to, like, leave him. So you really think I'm going to have the respect? Like, bro, get the fuck out of here. Like, I literally went 2 years without seeing my sister, but she doesn't go 2 hours without seeing Justin. So you really think I'm going to respect that brother card? Fuck out of here, bro. You can take that brother card and shove it up your ass. Big facts. Ah, man, so many days I'd get in that car with my mom. Me and my mom till midnight, 1 in the morning, driving around Austin, downtown, looking for Bree. Just hoping she's okay, because she didn't want to come home. She's just running around the streets. At that time, my sister was 18 years old. She had a boyfriend that was 42 when she was 18. That's Johnny's fucking dad. Oh, man, that's what I'm saying. My sister, she's good at tricking you. She's a master manipulator, bro. It's crazy. I love her and shit, but, man, you really can't trust a word that woman says. Justin could. She'd never lie to Justin. I can't trust a word she says. She's told me so much shit about my mom, and then I'll hear some shit from my other mom, from my mom, like her words exactly, and I'm like, you know, that does sound like Bree. Oh, she's smart enough to lie, but not smart enough to remember her lies.
That's why you don't lie.
Because she'll tell me some of the same lies I've sat there and heard her tell my mom. Because I used to ride my sister when we're doing Lyft. And literally, she'll do like 2 lifts, or we did favor. She did like 2 favors, and then we just go back to her apartment and hang out because I had weed or whatever. My mom would call and say, yeah, I'm busy right now. I'm on the highway. I can't talk. I'm taking somebody Chipotle. Like, bitch, I'm rolling a joint in your house, and we're watching TikTok. Like, none of that was right. Oh, my God, bro. How well and easy she could lie is crazy to me. But that's what I'm saying. I lie just as well, too, but I think I lie differently, man. I'll lie to save someone's feelings, not make someone not hate me. I kind of want somebody to hate me. I don't give a fuck about how people feel about me. It's funny, Aaliyah, all this started because she let the kids play in the garage and the kids let the dog out. That's how all this shit started. I just got mad because I had to go deal with that fucking dog getting out the goddamn house again. This is crazy because when they're here, those kids can't go in there. Now that they're not here, the kids are allowed in there. Fuck out of here, bro. Because you don't have to deal with it. I love her though. I'm mad at her. I was playing Fortnite. What would you want to play? It don't really matter. I was kind of just playing it to play it. It's not like I have challenges or anything, so I can play whatever.
What is that, a diesel?
Aaliyah?
Uh-huh.
What you trying to play? I was just on Fortnite, but I don't have to play Fortnite. I don't really have nothing to do on here.
Not very ladylike. See? Not ladylike.
Hey, did you just assume my gender?
I thought she was doing it.
Oh my god, Leah, there's this new show on Netflix, fucking Waco. Oh, it was so good. It's like 40 minutes from where I live.
Oh, okay. Is that cult or whatever?
Yeah, that cult shit where that dude fucking...
He made all them people kill themselves?
Yeah, nah, that's Jonestown. This one, they didn't make him kill themselves. He manipulated them to think. Basically, I told Mad Cat, he gave them false promises, right? And like, they just refused to leave, and the building ended up burning down, and they just didn't leave. They just stayed in the building while it burned.
Oh, okay.
They tried to say that, like, the cops started it, but you could tell, like, they have an overhead view of it. The fire started in 3 different locations at the same time, and none of those 3 locations were where the police were trying to... Because the cops had a tank, and they were, like, driving the tank through the front door, but the fire started on, like, the 3 corners. They weren't even at the front door. So it's like, how the hell did the cops start this? They're thinking David Koresh, which was the leader, he started it and then tried to, like, because he wasn't going to surrender. So he just did that to make the public think the cops did it, you know, like a last-ditch effort to shit on them. But it's crazy. Yeah, my sister's like, I don't disagree with him. Those people wanted to be there. It's like, no, they said they did, but they don't fucking know. Like, literally, they were 12-year-old kids saying that they wanted to be there. How the fuck does that child know what they want? Like, they don't realize what police are, what government, what rules and laws are. They're 12 years old. Like, they're sitting there saying they hate the police the same way they'd hate the school bully. Like, you know what I mean? And they only think the police were the school bully because that guy told them they were. It's not like they had a personal conflict with a cop that made them hate them. No, they don't fucking know no different. Like, literally, it was David Koresh sitting there saying, aren't I nice to you? And the kid's sister, yeah. Well, fuck. Like, you can't have the guy, like, that was like that Will Smith shit where you're having the fucking person who's accused of doing it asking the questions. Well, of course you're going to get what you want. I don't know, bro. That shit was just heating me, bro. I was so mad at them. Like, the fact that dude would let those children die with him is crazy to me. It was 3 episodes. I was so mad at it, but I couldn't stop fucking watching it, dude. I was just getting so mad at all the episodes. Because it's like never before seen. Because I watched shit on it. I watched documentaries of it. But all that shit on there is never before seen shit. And it blew my mind. That shit blew my fuck. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like a documentary, but not really. It's kind of like a series, like a show. It's only 3 episodes, though. It's Waco something. I don't know. They had a mini-series. Yeah, they had a mini-series called Just Waco. I was trying to find it. It was on Netflix, but it's not no more. I was really upset. They're actual actors, but it's about the Waco incident, but it's a reenactment. That was a good fucking show. But watching this real shit, it just hit different. It was real sad. I was like... There's like 29 children. 80 people total died. There's like 29 children, and then the rest were adults. It's like, God, he literally let 29 children die with him for his beliefs. He made them believe. Well, it ain't their fucking beliefs. Kids don't have a belief. I don't think you develop a conscience. Like, there's some children who are smart, don't get me wrong. But till you're about 15, 16 years old, you don't understand reality. You know what I mean? Hell, even sooner than that, get a fucking job, then try to tell me something. Because till I was waking up at 7 in the morning to go to my very first job, I didn't understand shit about life. I remember that now. I know what it's like to be an adult, and I fucking hate it. As a kid, dude, I don't want to be a kid anymore. Fuck, dude, this is the stupidest shit I ever said. I want to be an adult already. Fuck,
no,
dude.
No, you don't.
Yeah, what a dumbass thing that was to say.
Right.
I remember that. Yeah, when I had my very first job, I realized the difference between being a kid and being an adult. 100%. I'd be a kid tomorrow if there was a price for it. I'd find a way. I'd sell ass to be a kid.
I'm always gonna be a Toys R Us kid.
Dude, I remember when Toys R Us was lit. So when I was a real young kid, right, elementary, my dad picked us up from school, and we used to go to, like, we go to the mall, because the mall by us had an ice ring in it, ice skating ring back in the day. Shit used to be cool when I was a kid. Shit sucks now. But Toys R Us used to have this 3-story playscape, and in the middle it had this foam balls pit that was like fucking whatchamacallit. It was like a volcano. It had a machine that shot them up in the air like a volcano, and like on the second floor there were these air cannons, and you could literally like load up a ball in the top and shoot. Like every 10 seconds, like it took like, after you shoot it once, it took like 10 seconds to refill with air. And then you could shoot it again and shit. But yeah, I remember we used to be in Toys R Us playing on that bitch. But I guess something happened because a couple years, like once we became like too big for it. Yeah, they ended up tearing it down. It was just Toys R Us.
A lot of playgrounds for like McDonald's, Burger King.
Oh, yeah, see, those two were a thing after. But Toys R Us, didn't it close down? It's not Toys R Us anymore,
there's a few, most right. Yeah, I think there might be a
not in the United States, right? Not in the States.
I mean, they have a website. They still have a website.
Yeah, but they don't have stores anymore. I know not in Austin. There's no Toys R Us in Austin.
You would have to Google it for sure, but I think there might be a handful of them. They just can't keep up with, online shoppers.
I used to still go there and look at, like, games and shit, but once the playscape got taken down, we really stopped going there, man. But, that was some good times playing on that
remember when I was a
man.
kid at Mickey D's, they had outdoor playground, swing, slide.
Yeah. I don't remember that. Swing and slide? That's crazy.
Back in the 80s and 90s.
I've never been to a fast food that had swings. It's always been, like they had the slide and shit.
I'd spent such a long time. Maybe they had, I don't remember. If they had some slides.
I'm in a game, Aaliyah. Once I finish this, I'll load into whatever.
Well,
my fault.
I'm gonna let you guys go on and watch some YouTube.
You don't have to leave. But yeah, we're about to be gaming. I know that shit'll annoy you.
Yeah, and I'll talk to you guys later.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty.
Bye-bye.
I didn't think you were gonna get on today.
I fell asleep when I got home.
I figured. I seen you were like online, but you were like on your phone when I made the party, and then I looked again, you weren't, and I was like, oh, she either left or probably went to sleep. And then when I just looked at the time, it was like 8 o'clock, and I was like, oh, she's probably not getting. But then you literally joined like right after that, and I was like, oh, I guess she is.
Yeah, I don't know why like the phone is doing that like now.
Yeah, it says you're online a lot, and I bet you're not even on your phone, huh?
Yeah.
That's just
I don't
weird.
know. That's why it caught me off guard the other day when you were like.
Well, it doesn't say you're like online. It says you're on the phone. Like, your name will be on my frizz, but it literally says, like, you're on the phone, though. It's not like PS5 or whatever. It says PlayStation app. And it has a little phone symbol by it. Yeah, so I don't think you're online. I know you're on the phone. I just like would think you're active, but you're not active. You get what I'm saying? Because there's a difference from being online and being active.
Yeah. I was gonna get on like when I got home, but I was feeling like, I don't know, I wouldn't have.
Your mic cut off. You wouldn't have, and then it cut off.
Oh, is it?
It's back on now, yeah.
Yeah, if I would have got on like right after work,
you would have just gotten off. Yeah, you were tired.
Yeah, I was just so
Are you able to
exhausted.
sleep tonight? Hell, I couldn't do that. If I would have sleep, I'd have just been asleep all night and then woke up like
It's gonna
early.
be hard, I think.
Yeah, see, me, if I fall asleep, I can't wake up shortly after, otherwise I'll be too tired. I can wake up early, so like if I go to sleep early and I wanted to wake up at 8, I'd probably wake up at like 6, and then I just stay up till 8. But I couldn't wake up, sleep for an hour, and then go back to sleep. It would be so hard. I would literally need like coffee or something, man. I couldn't just do it.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on sleeping this long either. My thing was like, oh, I'm gonna wake up to Dominic, you know, getting ready, cause like I laid next to him.
Oh yeah.
And like I guess I just didn't budge, I guess, and like he wasn't gonna bother me. So, like, tell me like, oh, you need to wake up or whatever, but I don't know. I was like, so I'm just gonna be up for a while. Probably, he almost won, didn't he?
I did. I got 4th place. I got sniped while I was chilling. Alright, you probably stay up late.
Yeah.
I get that. What you want to play? Friday. Gotta get down on Friday.
If you still want to run Fortnite, I'm down.
I don't have no challenges. I would be playing just to play. So honestly, if you want to do anything, we can do party modes, Fortnite, Warzone. I'm down for any of those. Hitman said he was gonna be on in a bit, but I don't really know because his mother passed away when they were like kids, and it's her birthday today. So he's like in a mood. I respect that.
Yeah.
So I don't really know if he'll end up getting. He said he was, because he hit me up earlier and said, I'll probably be up late tonight. Like he was saying, like, bro, be on for sure. So he might end up getting on. If he gets on, it'd be Warzone because he don't have nothing else. But we can do anything up until then. Warzone party modes or Fortnite or Overwatch. I forgot that's an option too.
Turning again.
Yeah, let's do it. What happened? Yeah.